Hi everyone and welcome to Just Love. My name is Paula and I'm here with Judy. Hi Judy.
Hi Paula, hi everyone.
Judy, you've been telling us of your contact experience with the boys upstairs, as you call them, your ET family. You described the experience as extremely heartfelt and like a huge homecoming, a sense of relief washing over you each time. You also said with your eyes shut, you were able to see the beings standing beside your bed, so solid they were blocking the light of the sun coming in through the window. Sounds like you were traversing different dimensions. Can you talk more on what was happening with you then?
Yes, Paula, I've since realised that at that point I was actually out of my body and operating at a higher dimensional level. This is what the buzzing sound was, which I've since heard described by others. As far as I understand it, when you step out of the physical body, you're able to tune into the higher and finer senses of the astral plane. Your sense of sight also changes when you leave the limited confines of the physical. It's like you're seeing with more than just your physical eyes. You're able to see in all directions at once.
You explained how a long conversation followed, in which they joked with you. I was actually wondering how that conversation played out. Was it on a telepathic level, or did you actually hear them speak?
It was telepathic, but when you're operating at that level, it comes across as actual verbal speech. Because you're in that finer state yourself, it sort of translates as being physical, but it's beyond that.
Okay. So Maris was your first tall grey mantid contact. Who was the second?
Okay, the second tall grey mantid teacher to come on the scene was Serapis. I'm now aware that he's listed as one of the Ascended Masters, but back then I hardly even knew of them. I was taking part in a meditation circle at the time, which would have been the early 1990s, and our teacher didn't encourage the channeling of Ascended Masters, angels, etc. As she said, quite rightly, it's too easy for ego to come into the picture. I'd been working with Maris for a few years and receiving messages from him almost weekly. I realise now that this was part of my training to eventually write books. In fact, I was starting to put them together into book form and went to see someone I knew who owned a bookshop with the idea of getting him to put some in stock for me. We got talking and it turned out his wife was a tarot reader, so I booked in with her. I've never been much into getting readings done, but my meditation teacher had given me a couple of very good readings, so I thought, why not? She was good too, picking up a lot of accurate information, and she suddenly exclaimed in surprise that she was picking up on a new teacher coming in to connect with me. She couldn't get over how strange he was. Not human, not from Earth, but highly spiritual and from far, far away. Another planet, even maybe another galaxy. Really strange and different, but good. And she was picking up Leo with him. She did mix astrology in with her readings, so her guess was that it would be the month of July or August, the astrological time of Leo the Lion, that he'd make his appearance. She then added that he'd be gifting me with a talisman. The reading was done in May, so when a huge, powerful being appeared in front of me the following Monday evening in meditation, it didn't occur to me that it was this new teacher. He was huge and powerful, radiating protection and rather resembling a South Sea Islander in appearance. He bent towards me and gently placed a necklace around my neck made of nature things such as berries, stones and leaves. Others in the circle saw him and all agreed that he had a line-like mane of hair running down his back. About a day or two later, walking in our back garden, I saw something glassy and shiny on the ground. We'd only moved into the new house recently, so I thought it might have been a piece of broken beer bottle dropped by the previous owner. I picked it up and was amazed to find it was a piece of amber crystal. And straight away it occurred to me that it was the same colour as my lion man's eyes, and that this was the talisman mentioned by the tarot reader. Over the next few weeks I kept asking my lion man for a name and just kept getting Rapis. I asked others in our meditation group if that name rang bells with anyone, but it didn't. I knew there was more to it, but couldn't get it through, which was frustrating. At that time, I was teaching a Tai Chi class on Friday evenings at a meditation centre in the city. One Friday, when I turned up for the class, the woman managing the centre started asking me about the meditation circle that I attended. She was interested as she also had a group there at the centre. She asked me if anyone in our group channelled Ascended Masters. So I just answered vaguely that no, we didn't, and that I really didn't know much about them. She was quite amazed and went off into their library to fetch a book about them to show me. I was in a bit of a rush as I had to get ready for my Tai Chi class, so to be polite I just quickly leafed through the book. It fell open in my hands at a page featuring one of them called Serapis. He did not look like my lion man, but rather was blonde-haired and blue-eyed, as these beings so often are portrayed down here on Earth. Funnily enough, I did later read somewhere that Serapis is connected with an energy centre on some island in the Pacific Ocean. That would explain how I saw him in meditation with a South Sea Islander appearance. In the book there was a picture of the Egyptian Sphinx with him as well, and information that he was the ascended master of the Devic kingdom, with a link to the Lion Man of Egypt, the Sphinx. I went very white in the face, and the meditation lady pushed a chair behind me as I had to sit down rather quickly. I'd felt a deep connection with the Devic kingdom for years, and in fact until I heard the term Greys, I always thought of my teachers, including Maris, as being Devic. And the name I'd been given, Rapis, I'd known all along that there was more to it. Serapis. Or Serapis, I should say. I still don't really think of him in terms of an ascended master. I see him as a tall mantid being, which does fit, as the insectoids are a physical aspect of the Devic kingdom. I also once saw Maris in mantid form. The Greys work very closely with the nature spirits, and in fact some of them, as the ant people, had a hand in creating biodiversity in the ecosystems of Earth billions of years ago. I can recall taking part in this work as a Grey. My feeling is that he's simply an aspect of Maris from a higher rung of the human ladder.
So lovely, so interesting. Thanks, Judy. You've spoken about that before, how we all have aspects of ourselves on all the 10 levels of the human ladder.
Yep, we sure do. And we also need to remember that some of the mantids are very highly evolved, right up on levels 9 and 10 of the ladder, which is what people down here think of as the angelic kingdom.
Yeah, the universe is very diverse, that's for sure, and human life can take on many different forms. So if you'd like to read more on all of this, Judy's books are available from Amazon, and you can order them via the link below on Judy's website. And they are
Human by Day, Zeta by Night, followed by the Zeta Message, then Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, Lessons in History, and my two most recent books, both Kindle editions and both also available in German, An Interview with an Alien, Comments by an Undercover ET, and Cosmic Spirituality, Blending Religion and Science in Oneness from an Off-Planet Perspective.
Thanks, Jude, and thanks everyone for listening. Please share, like and subscribe. Sending you all much love, and bye for now.